That should be working. Give me a second to get everything set up. Gotta open up the chat to make sure I can actually what you are saying. YouTube, there we go. Okay, so Benji Nawson. Pretty good YouTuber. There we go. I can hear myself. That is perfection. Okay. So, yes, I'm streaming a bit earlier than planned, but we got big plans today. VirtuSlo 4Endurance Zwift League. I actually need to select this race first, otherwise I can't actually compete. So let's do that. There we go. Category E. I'll talk about the categories and so forth pretty soon. Your event is not open yet. Okay. I'll do that for now. Okay, so quick check before we get started. You can see the screen. You can see my face. You can hear me. That is good. Okay, so the plan is the following. We are riding stage 3 of the VirtuSlo 4Endurance Zwift League. The first 2 stages were difficult to say the least. Stage 1 went really well. I nearly broke my 1 hour power ever in that race. Stage 2, not so good. We'll shut up about that one. Now, in both races, I had some trouble with my setup. My virtual gearing was disconnecting. I've resolved that. That was utterly my fault. I had way too many devices connected to Bluetooth on my phone, on my iPad, on the entire setup. And it was working against each other, ruining my gears. But it should be fixed now. I've done 2 pretty solid rides this week. Well, I've done 3 rides, but 2 of which were with the fixed gearing. So on paper, it should go better with the virtual gearing. It should work perfectly. There's other stuff I want to talk about. The last 2 races in this series, the last 2 live streams I did, was all the categories racing at once. Stage 3 should be different. I'll be racing within my category, which is category E, from a Zwift racing score of 0 up to 320. I'm about 208, 207 right now, so I'm not with the best, I'm not with the worst, but I've got an ace up my sleeve. Today's parkour is pretty flat. 190 altitude meters in 53 kilometers, which it's a long race, it's an hour and I assume and a half, but it's relatively flat that I'm kind of hoping I can stick with the first group. And if I can stick with the first group, you never know. But I don't want to get too hopeful, you know? Hello chat, Gregory, Jeroen, Lucas, Walt Puyito, Will, Scotty, Ross, Matt, Alex, Marocchio. Hey Matt, a bit of a shout out. Matt Lane Fitness in the chat. That dude is a fitness YouTuber, as his name suggests, but not one of those snake oil selling ones. One that actually helped me initially get the accountability and the motivation to start doing something about my fitness back in 2021. So massive shout out to this man. Without that guy, I'm not sure I would have been doing Zwift races at this point in my life. But definitely worth a shout out. Thank you very much, Matt. I appreciate you. But today is going to be a pretty big race, I think, because, can I be really honest? Before this tournament started, I looked at the parkour of every race and I thought to myself, stage 3, I can win this shit. I'm not sure I can actually do that. So to be clear, don't expect a victory. I'm putting enough pressure on myself already. Hello out. Hi everyone in chat. How's the legs? Asks DB Cooper. I'm feeling pretty good. I've done 3 workouts this week. And in those workouts, I've done pretty well. One of the workouts was a sprint workout, which included 5 all-out sprints, which by the end of it wasn't the most fun. But the other 2 workouts were Zwift races, which I know, very intense week. I should do more endurance rides. 100%, I agree with you. But the race I did 2 days ago was really good. I nearly won the race. I got, I think, second out of 87 people. lost in the sprint, so I'm very sad about it. But you might see that one in a video at some point. Spoilers. But it's not the most important race, so I'm not too worried about spoiling it too much. But, yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about today, but I'm here early. The reason I'm here early is because I do want to do a good warm-up here. Yes, it's a flat start, so it's not as important as if I had a 15-minute climb from the get-go, but I want my legs a bit opened up before we get hammered during the stage itself. So that's the idea. Nat in chat says, I would join, but I gotta work on a paper about factors impacting climbing performances. I'm afraid you're not gonna learn much today, because the only 2 climbs I see on the profile are climbs that I can get over, which usually means they're not exactly climbs, are they? David in the chat says, difficult race today, important to stay in the group. That's what I'm here for. On paper, I do benefit from the fact that I'm overweight. Because I should be able to push out more absolute watts than at least half of the competitors. So I'd like to believe I should be able to follow the fast group, but I could be completely delusional. I guess we'll find out in about half an hour. In about 5 to 10 minutes, I'll start doing a bit of a warm-up. But first, I want to chat a bit. Evening, Harry. Welcome to the chat. By the way, we got to do some homework. Sorry about this, but this live stream / video is sponsored by 4Endurance. Full transparency, they pay me to write this racing series. And I'm not complaining because I enjoy doing it. So it's a win-win from both. And I'd like to believe you enjoy watching it. So that's a great combo. They make cycling nutrition, like the stuff I have in my hand as we speak. And that's what keeps me going in these longer 2-hour races and longer rides. So you can check out their website, 4endurance.com. They've got lots of cycling nutrition, which is affordable and good enough, which is why I like working with them. You can get 10% off your first order with code, I think it's NASN10, but you might want to double check that in the comment section, in the description, because I'm not completely sure, to be honest. Marocco's from Slovenia. Yeah, VirtuSlo. It's from the Slovenians. Anyway, I'll get my legs pedaling a little bit. Nothing too serious from the start. By the way, for the people that don't know what my setup is, I'm running a Zwift ride bicycle. So the full bicycle setup by Zwift. You can also get a discount code for that in the description, but that's not what I'm trying to hint at. I'm connected to a Wahoo Kicker Core 1 trainer with this setup. I just received a new trainer from Wahoo, which is a Kicker Core 2. I don't know many of the differences. I'm not being paid by Wahoo to promote it. I'm being paid by Zwift to promote it, but I just wanted to mention how hyped I am to upgrade my setup, because I think it has a feature of being more accurate or better for sprints. I'm not an expert, so don't really ask me on that. But I'm looking forward to replace that. Because if you might have noticed in my last 2 Zwift races in the downhills, I had issues where, despite calibrating my trainer, my trainer would register a couple of watts in the descent, which led to the fact that I couldn't actually super tuck easily in the sense, which my strength is being a heavier rider in the sense. And a super tuck is OP on Zwift. I was going to say Pro Cycling Manager, but this ain't no Pro Cycling Manager, I'm pretty sure. Harry says, just watched your Zwift video from earlier this week. Good stuff. Thank you very much. Like, the way I'm releasing the videos at the moment, I recorded that video actually a couple weeks ago. So I'm already in the running of recording and finishing the recording of the next 1 to 2 Zwift videos. So you're always a 2 or 3 weeks behind on my fitness, which means I should be better in this live stream than I am in that video. I'd like to believe I am. But that's just a bit of a behind the scenes there. Angie Bear, I don't know how to pronounce your name, I'm sorry, but what bike are you on? The standard SL8 Envy build. Bro, I have no clue. I think it's a Spec Venge or something on Zwift. I know there's a difference. I know I should probably be more invested in which bikes I select on Zwift, but I really couldn't care less at the moment because I care more about my actual performance on the bike, which, yeah, I know that my results are impacted by the fact that I don't look at my in-game bikes too much, but I just took a bike 1 year ago, I selected it, and I was like, okay, I'll run this for the rest of my life. It's also why I've got like 8 million drops on Zwift that I have not spent. Because I love the gamification of Zwift in motivating me to ride and keeping me accountable. But it's not like I feel like it's a role-playing game where I care about the items as much. That's a personal opinion. I know there's a lot of people that do care a lot. It's also part of the reason that I don't think I've even started the quest for the Tron bike. I think you have to select that challenge. I don't think I've done that. So I've never gathered a single altitude meter to get the Tron bike in Zwift, which is low-key funny. Anyway. Will in the chat says, VirtuSlo standardizes all bikes and wheels, if I recall correctly. For the better, I like that. Hello Jacob, welcome to the chat. Sorry for the late response. David in chat says, in the morning in Cat D, so hard, all the time in zone 4 or 5. What are the watts we're talking about, David? In Cat D on the flat. Because I'm kind of hoping that with 230 watts average throughout the race, I'm hoping to be relatively competitive. Hido in chat asks, which category are you on? I'm in the lowest category, in category E. I've got a Zwift racing score of 208. I think my Zwift racing score maximum of the last 90 days was about maybe 213 or something. And the categories within the VirtuSlo series here from stage 3 are based on the max Zwift racing score of the last 90 days, to prevent riders from sandbagging 1 day before the race to get a lower category. And the range of E goes up to 320. I'm nowhere near that. Which fan am I using for Zwift? I'm using a Wahoo Kicker Headwind. I don't know if I recommend it yet. I enjoy it so far, but I have different reasons to buy a fan that you have. Your reason to buy a fan is to cool you down as much as possible. For me, there's 2 reasons. The fan needs to cool me down, plus it can't be that loud, because otherwise the microphone picks it up. So I know the VacMaster, I think 54, on Amazon is a good one, but to my experience, when it was all out, a bit too loud for my microphone, which, it's a weird reason, but I care about the way my streams and videos look, you know? I don't want a hard-to-watch video or live stream. Gregory in the chat says, yo Benji, can confirm with David, this morning session was tough. Glad I'm sitting this afternoon's out. You don't need to say that, okay? Please give me some hope. I'll give it another 5 to 10 minutes at this tempo, and then I'll up the ante a little bit in the workout. I don't want to do too much before the race starts either, you know? That was always my fear last year or the year before, when I was new to Zwift racing, that if I did a proper workout before the race, that I'd somehow tire myself out, which there's some truth to that if you're a very beginner cyclist. Like 3 years ago, if I did a Zwift race, if I did a warm-up before that, I would have to do a very soft warm-up to have something left for the race. I've now grown as a rider, which makes me... I would classify myself 2.5 years ago as a pre-beginner cyclist. Now I'm a beginner cyclist. That's how I see myself. Harry in chat asks, Bluetooth problems sorted this week? Well, basically, I had virtual gearing issues in the last 2 live streams. Those should be sorted. basically I had way too many devices connected to my Bluetooth in this office, and I got a Bluetooth extender, and I disconnected a couple of items, like 4 to 5, which is crazy. The fact that I had like 12 or so connected, and now it seems to be resolved in the last 2 workouts. What is this spammy guy in chat saying? Gaining a Gabarese? Hi Benji, I'm a 16-year-old cyclist. I just got into Zwift racing. My racing score is now 550. I'm looking to improve even more. Buddy, your racing score is 2.5 to 3 times better than mine. I'm not your man for advice. Also, I would appreciate if you didn't spam the message 10 times, because it ruins the experience for the rest of the chatters. But I do appreciate your support. So, this parkour, I think it's about 27-ish kilometers times 2. So it's about 54k, I think. And there's basically 2 climbing bits. If you've ever ridden on Tempest Fugit, like after the roundabout you go to the right, that climbing bit, that I should be able to survive, depends on the tempo in the group, of course, and how tired I am at the foot of that. And then after that, there's a second climbing bit, which is kind of the back and forths. I don't fucking know what these routes are called from the top of my head, but I'd like to believe that from my memory I should be able to be relatively competitive in this race. I don't think I'll be in the bottom half of this race, I hope. I hope I'm not wrong there. Because I'm actually feeling okay today. Benji, what do you think is more important to do in Ironman 70.3? Sweet put our threshold. Bro, I'm riding a fucking Zwift race. How do you think I'm qualified to answer that question? I'm riding a Zwift race in the lowest category. Back when I started on Zwift, one of my favorite routes to test myself wasn't like a specific climb. It was actually just Tempest Fugit, to the roundabout and back. Or just to the roundabout even. And that's how in the first year of riding on Zwift, I checked how much better I was becoming, because I was scared of doing a Zwift race, or scared of doing an FTP test, I mean. Meredi asks, advice on doing the Marathon des Sables. Just call Average Rob, my friend. He'll tell you. Thank you, Hermie. Thank you, Afat. Hello, Mr. Blend. Even though that's probably not your name. Man Productions asked, do you think getting the lowest price point indoor trainer is worth it? It's like max 600 watts. I think for quite a few people that's enough, to be honest. Like, if I look at myself, considering my sprint is my best quality, I wouldn't do it. But for the majority of people, Zwift is a tool to get better, not a tool to ride Zwift races every day. And if your goal is to get better and not to do all-out sprints and so forth, then I wouldn't mind riding that. Like if for 60 to 70% of my workouts, that trainer should be enough. When I start doing Zwift races, I want a trainer that has a bit more max watts. That's my personal opinion. Harry asks, when's the next Sirocco PCM video? It is, trying to figure it out myself for a second. It is Monday. So when is Monday? Monday's tomorrow? Monday's tomorrow. Either tomorrow or Tuesday morning. Depends on how long the editing takes. Don't want to put too much pressure on Joe who's editing it. I'm gonna take a 1-minute break and hop over to the toilet. I'm a bit stressed apparently for this race, but I'll be back, I promise you. Although I need to figure out how to get out of here because my whole camera setup is blocking me. See you soon. Give me 1 minute. Don't worry, I'm back. Give me a second. There we go. We're back. Ross in the chat asks, Benji, you often ask for questions for a Q&A, but yet we never get them. Will we get one at some point? It's actually quite funny. It's one of my biggest weaknesses. So I always want to do Q&As throughout the year, and then I do one per year or something. But I also want to make sure that when I do one, that I've got enough good questions across the board. So sometimes I tend to ask 3 times throughout the year and then do one at the start of 2026, for example, which is kind of my plan. So January 2026, I think, is going to be the time to do it. But I should quickly get a bit of a proper workout warm-up in. So give me 5 minutes to crush myself here. Don't want to go too hard, but want to put a bit of pressure on my legs, you know? There we go. Last week, I did the VirtuSlo race without doing a warm-up. Big mistake. Fast climb smashed me. Because honestly, I just literally caved in on the fast climb because I couldn't push the watts, my legs weren't ready. And that's why my second climb on that day was actually going better than my first. So it's always good to get a bit of some form of warm-up in. Nandinho in chat asks, hey Benji, what heartbeat sensor do you use? Looking for a decent one. I'm using the Wahoo Kicker Tracker or something. I'm not sure I'm the biggest fan yet. I'm not ready to recommend it, if I'm being honest. Because I feel like the first time I used it, I put it over my bike. The next day I come back to it, and it's like the whole thing is malformed. I don't know if I sweated too much and should have disconnected it from the band throughout the night, but I wasn't overly fond of that. Okay, let's go into the starting screen. Join event. There we go. Cooking. Woo. Quite a few people here, which is good. We don't want to do any Mickey Mouse races, huh? Yep, it's Watopio's waistband, the route. So it's about, I think 53-ish kilometers in total. 2 laps of 26-ish. Where's the third person? There it goes. And I think the route fits me like you say. On paper, there's only 2 climbing bits. If I can sustain the watts necessary to stay with the first group, then I'd like to believe I should be able to survive the climb, but it really depends on the tempo. If they start doing 260 watts for the first 20 minutes, then it's gonna be really tough for me. Okay. Wasn't shaking enough. Sorry for the ASMR shaking. So Chad. Mayor Eddie, is that your name? This race is not a mass start, I think. This should be per category. So I'm in category E. 0 to 320 in terms of max Zwift racing score in the last 90 days. So I should be much more competitive than the last 2 weeks. I'm hoping to stay with Group 1, I'll be honest. And if I'm delusional, then I'll happily be delusional. If I start the race thinking I won't be able to follow, that's a terrible mindset. So I'll do my absolute best to stay with Group 1. And if it costs me halfway the race and I blow up, then so be it. Then we fucking tried, you know? Hermie in chat says, if I start earlier and join the race earlier, then technically I'll start at the front. That is true. I usually do that, but I wanted a proper workout today. As in a proper warm-up, sorry, I keep saying the wrong word. Matas in chat asks, what is your best placement so far in these races? It's hard to say really, because stage 1 and 2 was with all the categories combined, which is like 250 to 350 people. I can't compete with the first 3 to 4 categories. So obviously I had a pretty low standing. This will undoubtedly, in terms of absolute number, be my best result, because now I'm only competing against riders in my category. I think. I could be selling you bullshit here, but that's what I think is going to happen. And if that's the case, if I'm riding against people in my category, then I'd like to finish at least in the top half. But if I'm really honest with you, I want to follow the first group the entire race. And I will die trying. Well, not physically die, but figuratively. A Fat Sam asked, do you also eat something during the race or only drink? So I've got 4Endurance Energy Zero drink. Don't know the exact name in the beat on here. I'll be smashing some gels in, 1 or 2, probably 2 in a 1 hour and 45 minute race. They should be faster than an hour and 45 minutes. An hour and a half? 53k? It's on Zwift, it's flat. So 1.5, 2 gels is my estimate. These are the energy unit gels, 45 grams of carbs, yes. Victory time this morning was 1:13. In what category was that? Because if that's category A, then I'm not getting an hour and 13 minutes. By the way, it's not in YouTube chat, that question, that sentence. That's in the actual VirtuSlo chat. I assume that's cat A. Which bikes and wheels do I use when racing on Zwift? I think I could be wrong, but I think they're... Nah, I was gonna say I think they're defaulted in these races as everybody has the same equipment, but I don't think that's the case. I don't know my equipment on here. It's okay, it's decent. It's probably not the best though. But that's fine. I'll happily be the Cofidis, riding on a look bike, hypothetically. I think I've got a Spec Venge selected, but I'm not completely sure. 1 hour and 23 minutes, 1 cat E. Let's do that, come on. No pressure, but I will donate super chat. I can't see the last word in your in your message because of this because of the YouTube app on this iPad hiding it. But I assume according to my result. Don't worry. Money is not my motivation. My best possible ride ever is my motivation. I want to have the best ride I've ever had. And if it doesn't happen in this race, I want to do it the next race. And if it doesn't happen then, I want to do it the race after. It's all about getting better than my previous race. I'm going to drop my air conditioning to 15 degrees. And my fan's on. I often get asked whether I use a fan or not. I do have one. It's a Kicker Headwind. It's off camera always. Because it's the only way I can get it to shine in my face and in my body. But I'm not going to go out there and recommend that fan yet. I've only used it for 2 weeks, so I can't tell you if it's great. But it's based on my heart rate, which is kind of fun. And it's also not too loud to the point that it becomes annoying for the stream, which is important. Greg in chat asked, what's the plan when it comes to race nutrition? Post-race nutrition. I'm actually... Some behind the scenes. We've got 5 minutes to talk, so I am actually in the process of working with a personal trainer off the bike. Because I believe that off-the-bike stuff, whether it's lifting or just general mobility exercises, I think that will help me on the bike as well. And I'd like to believe it will help my fitness as well. I do not recommend the next thing out of a expertise place, but it works for me. I calculate my calories, especially in the last month, because before that I had a few months where I just didn't. I'm doing that again because for me it's the best way I've found to not overeat and to not, let's take another plate of dinner, stuff like that, you know, or let's take a little bit extra today, blah, blah, blah. if I know roughly what I'm eating in terms of calories, then I focus on eating healthier. Again, I'm not trying to recommend this to everybody. It works for me, and that's why I use it. So yeah, basically I'm trying to be do my absolute best to become my best self on the bike in the next few months. Whether that's weight related or on the bike related, I want to be both. So I want to lose weight, I want to get better on the bike. And I think both work at the same time, you know. If I start riding a half a watt per kilo more in the next half a year, then I'm going to be climbing a lot better. Maybe my sprint might get a little bit worse, I don't know. But, yeah. 4 minutes until the race starts. As you can see, we see riders riding off at the moment. I believe that is the other categories, starting one by one. We are going to be the last category to start. Which is fine. Alex asks, will you be doing this each week? I will be doing this most weeks, but I have 10 days in Tenerife from the, spoilers, from the, maybe the 3rd or the 4th until the 14th of December. And if I'm in Tenerife and I don't have a trainer there, it's going to be hard for me to compete in those races. I think one I will be missing. The one on the 5th of December. But I will ride most of these races. Let's do this. 3K to go. Come on. If I'm being honest, I'm actually really invested in doing well in this race. So I will be disappointed if I don't do well. Because it's the one race in this racing series that fits me as a rider. PT Spirit in chat asks, what is your FTP and weight? I would estimate my FTP at the moment at around 246, 245-ish, as in my Zwift FTP. Let's be honest, that doesn't necessarily equal me riding for an hour and then having the average watts of 246. I'm not sure I can manage that. But if I ride an FTP test tomorrow, I will have a result at around 246-ish, is my estimate. My weight is about 109-ish at the moment, which that's a lot, but that's a lot less than 2 years ago. Because I started this journey at 130 kilos, remember? But I want to get under 100 within the next, I always want to say half a year, but we both know that's going to be difficult, so next year's fine. Just want to gradually get better, you know? Come on. I guess these have to be the riders that are in my category, or Cat D still has to launch, that's also possible. Want to get my legs rolling already before we start to make sure I don't have to accelerate from 0 in the last 10 seconds. Let's do this, guys. I'll need your support, I'm telling you. I'm going to try my best to stay with the fast group because it is racing against my category. And I just hope that doesn't mean I blow up, you know. But if I'm quiet for a bit at the start, no, it's because I'm suffering. So I'll try and focus on the race now. With the arcane League of Legends soundtrack in my ears. Gotta go well. Come on. Fuck, I'm stressed. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Fuck this tempo. That was a brutal start, but I'm in group 1 for now. Let's hope I can stay here. Okay. Focus on recovering. I can do this. I gotta believe. Thanks, Chad, for the motivation. I'll need it. There we go. Right on. But preferably a bit slower so I can follow. Alex in chat says he wouldn't be surprised if half of these riders blow up. That would include me. I'm not comfortable. I'm riding significantly above my FTP at the moment. There's a small climb coming in about 1 to 2K. I gotta move up before then. But I am struggling. That gap's gonna open if I don't watch out. Stay in the wheel. There we go. Fuck, this hard. Come on. Come on. Try to recover. I'm in full survival mode. I'm trying to stay hopeful, but I feel like this next climb is gonna be the death of me. I'm already on the limit, and the climb is about to begin. gotta stay with these guys. Oh. Fuck. Oh. Come on, group. Trying to recover. No worries, not eating yet. Gotta wait 10 more minutes. Oh, fuck. Oh. Okay. I'm gonna catch that guy. There we go. Come on, group, roll. Need to stand up for a second. This climb will be about surviving in this group, and then afterwards we can see what happens. Because it's 2 laps, eh? Not 1. Because I think I hurt my back a little on the first climb. Oh. Come on. Oh. My BPM, 168 is my threshold. 175 is where I start cracking. 187-ish is my max sprint heart rate. I know it's low, but it's how it is. Come on. Don't accelerate now, boys. Come on. Time for a gel, endurance unit gel. Gotta make sure I follow in the meanwhile. Okay. Oh. My back is slowly starting to get better. It was actually really bad on that climb. I was in a lot of pain. No Simone, no attacking. There's a full 35k left. Stay together, relay, catch people. That's the plan. Nice try. They tried to attack. I knew it. Saw it coming. I gotta wait on the guys behind me. Now fuck it. Come on, guy. Help me out. I was ready to give up there. This tempo is fast. Ah. Come on. Stay in the draft. I'm struggling. Fuck. I was struggling so much. I just couldn't pedal. I gotta recover. Sorry for not talking. Ah. Ah, fuck. Fuck. I'm cracking. I'm so ruined, guys. I'm trying everything. I swear my entire body is aching. I'm trying to focus. Sorry for not talking much, but I can't. Physically, outside of the aching of my entire body, I actually feel fine. Mentally, I'm struggling so much today. So much. The amount of times in the last 10 minutes that I just wanted to stop pedaling, I can't count it on my two hands. But you're keeping me accountable, so I have to keep pedaling. Johnny, I'm actually pretty good on carbs so far. Took a gel 20 minutes ago. Might take another one in about 10-ish minutes. But I've also got carbs in this bottle, which I'm drinking every now and then. And chat is right. I need to try to stop spiking my watts, but that's a mental thing. If I'm struggling hard and I just catch up with the group, I mentally just can't keep pedaling. For example, now I'm trying to find a tempo at 180, 200 watts, which is very doable, that I can follow, which then I don't need to stop pedaling too much. But I'll focus on breathing a bit before the next climb. So if I don't answer chat messages, it's because I'm focusing and suffering. Sorry. By the way, pretty sure I'm literally breaking my all-time 1 hour record at this pace. So I'm not complaining. Frost, what do you mean by thermal decoupling? In case you mean taking my shirt off, if I'm really honest, I'm just not comfortable because I'm still overweight of being topless on video or pictures, etc. I know it's stupid. I've gained a lot of confidence over the last 3 years, losing weight in the process, but that milestone I have not reached yet. Toughers, my FTP is about 245, 246, but the start of this race was so hard that it's impossible for me to get near that for an hour. I'm trying to recover. By the way, a little bit of maybe a criticism. I'm wearing a Wahoo tracker around my chest, and I feel like it's not made for people that weigh 109 kilos, because it's actually really tight. Think about us big boys, come on. Come on, climb incoming. Come on. I try to not overextend there, just following the groove. Gotta keep something for the second climb, or the fourth climb, depending on how you look at it. Try to recover. To be honest, I'm already kind of recovered. 147 heart rate. Drinking. Whoa. Every now and then, when I'm riding in these races, you will notice that I like do this with my nose and then like clear my throat. That's because I've actually got like chronic post-nasal drip, which isn't great when you're cycling. And it's why I usually wear nose strips during my rides. I'm not saying nose strips are the godlike thing that everybody on Instagram is pretending to be, but for me personally it helps with the post-nasal drip. Coincidentally today I forgot to put one on, so hey. Let's not overdo it here. If I look at the groups around us, there's two guys 14 seconds ahead, and there's a larger group on 20 seconds. I expect that larger group to catch us by the finish, but that's not that big of a deal for me. As long as I can follow them, I can try and beat them in the sprint. That's my spirit. Clap my dog in the chat says take a turn. Nah. I'm riding like a rat until this next climb. I have to. Unless you want me to be cooked. Small climby section incoming, out of the tunnel. Just gotta follow. That was pretty hard. Oh God. The group behind us is about to catch us, which is fine. Just gotta stay in the wheel. The riders behind are about to catch up, so I gotta accelerate in 3, 2, 1. Gotta follow. Come on, Darth Vader. Let me follow you. Come on. This tempo's harder. Come on, Chad. I need motivation. Bro, it's 1% and I'm suffering like it's Alp fucking dress. Thank you, medic, for whatever currency that is. Fuck. Sorry for all the swearing, but holy, I'm cooked. 10K to go. Let's do this. Gotta stretch my back for a second. I don't usually suffer with my back on the bike, but I think I really need a bike fit on this Zwift ride. I just got one last week on my outdoor bike before my upcoming Tenerife trip, but on my Zwift ride, I've never done one, and I think it would make me feel better on the bike and also make me pedal more efficiently. So I need it. Okay, let's get ready. Okay, 7.5K to go, one climb left, but it's a doable one, so we gotta survive. In the last lap, I was completely cooked here. But now the tempo this lap has been lower, so I'm feeling a bit better, but I'm not exactly comfortable. By the way, Chad, I forgot to mention this. Today is the 23rd of November. It's my birthday. Small detail. Thank you very much, Chad. I appreciate it. Gotta stay in the wheel. I don't want to close the gaps. I'll let this other guy do it. There we go. Thank you very much, Chad, for the kind words. There's two guys riding off the front. I don't want to close that myself. I'm just following the group. Come on. Last climb. Oh. God, I'm cooked. Last 2.4K. Someone's attacking. I don't care. I'm struggling. Come on! Fuck! Ah, fuck! Ah! Oh. Sorry, give me a second. There we go. Oh. Thank you very much, Chad, for being there with me all the way. I suffered so much in this race, but this is undoubtedly, I think, one of my 3 best races, performance-wise, ever. I think. Actually, we're gonna find out. I'm not gonna finish the stream yet. I'm gonna click on close. Gotta make sure I don't break my wall here. Hope you can still see me on the screen. Let's click on close. Whatever, 2:45 for 20 minutes, pretty good. All power-wise, pretty good, but let's shove that race. Let's make sure we get the cool visual, of course. You want to see it, eh? There we go, that's the map, wow. There we go. Let's save that. And I want to take a look at the watts now. Oh. Okay, my phone's dead. Give me a second. This has to be the weirdest setup you've ever seen. Bro's on his laptop. Thank you very much for the donation. Madak, thank you everyone in chat. Let me take a look at my Strava. If it allows me to. What a race, man. I got cooked. Ah, second best power output for 1 hour. So close. On the brink of my best ever 1 hour power. That's devastating. I was hoping to break it today. But hey, one step closer to breaking it. Max power 1000 watts in the sprint, so I'm not complaining. But let's put this away. But all in all, that was... I was gonna say that was fun, but I suffered so much in the middle of this race. I wanted to stop every second of that middle phase. But it's you in the chat that kept me on the bike, that kept me going, that kept me accountable. And yeah, at the start of the stream I said, maybe I can be competitive in this race. Fuck no. I got like 48 out of 93, which I said it in my last video. I would like to be competitive in these races, but the reality is I am not. And I can choose to be sad about it, or I can focus on something more productive, which is getting better race by race. And the fact that it was my second best 1 hour power in this one shows that I'm getting better, shows that I'm near my best. And I'm gonna fucking break that record in the next month. I promise you. If it's not in a live stream, it's gonna be in a video, it's coming, and I'm gonna be at my best level on the bike ever since I got overweight. So that's my goal. But a massive thank you to everyone in the chat. Also a massive thank you to everyone who joined the VirtuSlo 4Endurance Zwift League. This was stage 3. There's 3 more stages in this series. You can join through the link in the description. It's hosted by the brand that sells these, 4endurance.com, cycling nutrition. You can get 10% off using code NASEN10. You can find it in the description as well, by the way. And also, last but not least, I'm riding a Zwift ride with Kicker Core as my setup. You can get 10% off through links in the description. Gotta get the hashtag ads in before we finish today's live stream, but most importantly, thank you very much for the support, because without you by my side, I wouldn't have survived this one. I'm pretty sure of that, because I was suffering a lot. Whew. In the chat, we got a question by Amar Tinchich or something. Until when will your discount code of the Zwift bike be active? Asking for a friend who is planning one. So basically, it should be active all the time. I can't disclose whether there may or may not be a sale coming at some point in the next month. Take that as you will. But the 10% discount should be available as long as there's stock by Zwift. There was a bit of a moment in the last month where they were running out of stock, and that's why the link didn't work anymore for half a month. But it's back now. But it should be available for quite a bit, so it's not super urgent, I would say. But hey, full disclosure, by the way, if anyone buys a Zwift ride through that link, I get a percentage of that sale. That's also partially why I promote. That, and the other part is also I ride it and I like it. That's the most important part, of course. But what a ride, man. Yeah, you're right in chat, DB Cooper. That was nasty. Ay. What a race. I was hoping to be more competitive, but I don't really care afterwards. I'm just happy I finished it. I just want to get in the shower and sleep. That's the rest of my birthday evening. But also, thank you very much for all the happy birthdays. I couldn't react in the moment because I was literally dying on the bike. But just a bit of admin. Tomorrow or Tuesday will be a PCM Sirocco video. Then throughout the next week, I may or may not be trying to get another Zwift video out, but that's not certain. So don't quote me on that. I would like to try to move towards 2 PCM career mode videos per week in the next couple of weeks, but it's been harder to do that than I anticipated. I've been struggling to get them out. Just, I guess, too busy with a lot of stuff. But I'm trying, let that be clear. And we'll see each other again on next Sunday for the next stage of the VirtuSlo 4Endurance Zwift League. So thank you to everyone for joining. If you enjoyed the live stream, leave a like. If you have any tips or tricks or feedback, drop it in the comment section below. Maybe not in the chat, because the chat will disappear once this video is online. But thank you very much, and now I'll go celebrate my birthday with my wife. So, ciao, everyone. Let me try and find my mouse so I can shut you off. Oh, what a day, what a day. Thank you. Ciao, ciao. If I can figure out how this mouse works.